Back in the late Cretaceous, one of the largest creatures to ever take flight, owned the skies from Quetzal, Mexico, through Texas and beyond. The Quetzalcoatlus. Today, in the here and now, Haolonggood has recreated that species. Let's see how well they did. Hello, welcome to Ruckosaurus Rex, the channel where we review and discuss all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. How are you guys doing? You see what we got here? Finally, at last, I told you guys a while ago that I was in the market for finding the Haolonggood Quetzalcoatlus at the 135 scale. I resisted for a while, and the reason I resisted is because I'm not a fan of perched or grounded, as I like to call it, pterosaurs, pterodactyls. But I finally decided to bite the bullet and get it because I saw another review of it and it just looked majestic to me. I know how large the species was, but to actually see it in comparison, with other dinosaurs during that scene in the Apple TV Plus series, going up against a Tyrannosaurus, it changed my mind. I was like, yeah, I've got to go ahead and get this. It's wild because I do prefer pterosaurs to be in flying poses, despite the problems and issues it can bring about trying to display a creature in such a pose. Obviously, the walking pose or standing pose is the easiest way to be able to display any pterosaur. And in this case, it's just as well because this guy was pretty dang large. And the wild thing is it wasn't even the largest, but close enough. Anyhow, you see the box there, and you see there's the image of the model, and then there is a jaggy lined image of the model, and that's because this is a 2-pack. It actually comes with a painted and unpainted model for you to try your hand at painting. I'm not doing a thing. Anybody that's been rocking with me knows that I'm a coward when it comes to enhancing, augmenting, modifying, painting my models and figures. So I will attempt to recruit someone to do it for me, or I will have to do without. But anyway, I at least have the painted one. So there is that. This is number 2 in the release with Haolonggood. I can't think of what number 1 is right now. I think number 1 was a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I think it was. I could be wrong about that. Anyway, you see what we got going on here with the box. You've got the Haolonggood logo there at the top. You got that over there. And then, of course, it repeats on the other side. And there's that. So let's go ahead and get these models, because there are 2 of them, out of the packaging and see what's going on with them. Let's take a look at the unpainted model first. It's, of course, in its original mold of white. This is how they're molded before they're painted. And you see with my hand there, you get an idea how large this model is. And of course, I'm sure you've noticed there's something missing, the lower jaw. Well, Haolonggood was kind enough, knowing that people will want to paint, and since the jaw is articulated, they put the jaw piece, the lower jaw, and its connecting joint in this plastic bag. I can tell you something too. When I saw it and took it out of packaging, it was already spearing its way out of this bag. So that's telling you how sharp it is, and this is just a model. You can imagine how sharp their beaks were in real life. Anyway, that's what it looks like, and it's definitely sizable. They were said to be as tall as giraffes, and I believe that estimate. very, very nice. And if I can get someone to paint it, it's going to look even nicer. This came in the packaging with Quetzalcoatlus. This card with some toy photography, which looks nice. The scenery is nice. You see a couple of other pterosaurs in the background, our upper right. Very nice. On the flip too is equally as nice as we get these images of the Quetzal, its skeleton, and then of course there's a silhouette surrounding it, fleshed out, and it shows bones and the beak, how the forelimb with the connecting, or I should say that's not the forelimb, my bad. This would be the feet, the actual hind limbs. The hind limbs had 4 toes. The forelimbs had, the forelimbs actually had 4 as well, but the elongated finger, if you will, that's what was connecting the wing tissue. So this is very nice as well. I wish that Haolonggood didn't stop doing this. Here's our big guy on our rotating base, the painted big guy, I should say. And I can already tell you that I'm glad that I finally broke down and got this guy, because it definitely looks nice even in this standing, if you will, position. Like I said, I'm preferential to my pterosaurs in flight, but this looks good. This looks good. And I also admit it would be very difficult to come up with a nice way of displaying one flying. I'm sure I could, but it would tend to be a hassle. Anyway, this is looking great. Haolonggood definitely, and for their second on their own, I should add, I believe this is shortly after the we'll call it separation from GR Toys that they've done. And this is looking very, very nice. This is my first 1/35th scale pterosaur model. I do have a couple of models from Rebar of Dimorphodon, but a totally different scale. And it was they came one perched and one flying, and it had a rod so you could display it flying, which I'm sure that can be done with any of these companies. They could have a pterosaur flying, and it has a rod, a base and a rod, so you can get your model in that pose. But like I said, this is pretty cool right here. Going over our Haolonggood Quetzalcoatlus, starting with the head and that crazy beak. I can tell you right now, the beak is articulated. You old guys already know that, because I mentioned that when it came to the unpainted model. One con, if you will, is the articulated jaw is loose. So if you want to get your model with its beak fully closed, you're going to have to maneuver it some other kind of way, and I don't know how that will be accomplished. I'll have to try something off camera, but it'll always droop to that position right there. But you can get the lower jaw to go that wide open, which is crazy. It's pretty nice. While I've got it wide open like that, we may as well take a look at what it looks like in that mouth. You see the tongue. Excuse me. You see the tongue, and got that like dark pinkish type of color on both the top and the bottom. And you see the on the sides there, we've got connecting flesh tissue. Very nice. I'll shut the beak as closed as I can get it. Yeah, there's really nothing I can do to get it to close. And now that I've messed with it, it wants to remain even further open. I'm gonna have to work with it. See, there we go again, and I felt a little. There's a little. I don't know, something protruding that if you get the lower jaw just right, it'll get to that position. But I'm not satisfied with that. I've seen with other on other reviews that it isn't just mine. That seems to be a universal issue with the lower jaw. Anyway, as far as the model itself is concerned, you see, because of the pose, the head is poking up a little bit. And while I've got a flying animal here with the head kind of sort of, darting up on an angle like that, I wonder if you guys have noticed. I've mentioned it. I know I've noticed, but model companies, Haolonggood, PNSO, and beyond, and I'll mention that beyond at the end of this review, have begun demonstrating, posing their theropods with their heads kind of sort of poking up, like that darting kind of pose that birds actually have when they're kind of sort of looking up. They're not looking straight forward at 3 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? Or 9 o'clock if you want to go in the opposite direction. They kind of sort of are, their heads are like, I would say their heads are, 2 o'clock. They'll have them, and I've noticed that with a few of the theropods that have come out from Haolonggood and PNSO recently. So just, putting you on game that I've taken note of that. You guys have too. We've got nostrils right there, other side. We've got a myriad of colors there. The beak is dark at the very end. If you look at the bottom, we see some like reddish color, and then it blends and bleeds into a yellowish kind of color, almost like a banana that is just coming out of being green. You know what I'm saying? It's almost fully green. That's the kind of yellow that I'm picturing here. Then we bleed into some brown. The crest here, the brown is kind of reddish, and there's texture there, like scalation. We've got the eye is very small, as you can see, but it's white with black pupil. You start going down the neck. There is we see feathering. There is feathering going on, and it goes right down the back. The feathering going down that long forelimb that represents, where the wings are going to be. You see what we got going on there, and we go down. There are the claws, the paws, the hands, whatever you want to call them. The claws are painted in like a black color. There's the elongated finger, if you will, the attached flesh. You see that finger, it turns up when the animal is on the ground. Looking from the underside, you could see the feathering is more evident. And there's a wash there. It's like a beige kind of white. And then there's a darker wash to bring out the detail of the feathering. You can see that there. Then you've got on the underside of the wings, you got feathering there, attached skin, both going from the, we'll call it the elbow, right? I guess we can call it the elbow. I'm trying to see if that would be the elbow right there. Anyway, you guys kind of sort of know what I'm talking about. And we have attached flesh on the upside of it, from the elbow to the neck area. And then from the paws, claws, hands, whatever you want to call it, we've got attached flesh that connects to the hind limb. And then, of course, on the other side of that hind limb, more attached flesh that goes from the ankle up to where it connects where the tail is. And then, speaking of that tail, it's just a little barb of a tail we have there. The feathering, we've got that wash over that brown to bring out the detail from the feathering. We've got some different colors on that wing, looking very, very nice. The hind limbs, you see the feet are like a black color, toes, claws painted black, and Yes, that's very, very nice. And, for Haolonggood's second outing on their own, not bad, not bad at all. In fact, very, very, very not bad. I'll have to work on it, but I think I may have found a way to tighten up the lower jaw. If you look back here where you have the attached skin, see if I can turn it up just a little bit. There are housings on either side where the attached skin fits in, and I believe if I can gently force them to push them out a little bit on either side, that'll put enough tension on the upper beak to keep the lower beak in place. But I'll work on that after this review. And like I said, I will be gentle because ain't a thing changed. I'm still a coward when it comes to messing with my models and figures. Even though this is a pterosaur, which means the position is kind of weird, we're going to attempt to get a measurement regardless, especially since this is a 135 scale and it's supposed to be very, very large, supposed to be as tall as a giraffe. Now, I'm going to take the measurement here and to the top of the crest, it's approximately 7 inches tall. So that's cool. I mean, technically, if you want to go to the top of the beak because it's pointed up a little bit, it's just a little bit, just a tick over the 7 inches. We're going to go with the crest, though, and say it's a tick under 7 inches, quite frankly. And trying to get a measurement of the body, that's going to be problematic. I'm going to have to mess around with it like this. We're talking also 7 inches. If you go from the top of the head to where the feet are, that's 7 inches. And then, of course, the beak, you can go ahead and add another 2.5 if you're trying to get a length. And I don't know if I should count that. It should be from the tail if I'm going to play the length game. But we'll go with 7.5 anyway for that. I can tell you that the wingspan for these guys were estimated to be between 33 and 36 feet from tip to tip, which is incredible. Even more so is that it wasn't the largest pterosaur or the largest flying animal, period. There was something bigger. Right, so you do have that. They were, judging from their skeletal structures, very powerful flyers. Despite their size, they could, it was estimated they could get up to about 80 miles an hour flying. And check this out. It was estimated that they could hang for 8 to 10 days up there. That is crazy. So you know that they were migrants for sure. And basically they found fossils in Mexico, in Texas, in Montana, Utah, I believe. They had a big range. And then when you can fly and stay up there for about 10 days, your range is pretty large. A lot of scientists do not, they don't think that Quetzalcoatlus were fisher, pescavarian in terms of, hunting that way, diving into the water to grab fish. They were more of scavengers for sure, and preying on smaller animals on the ground. That is what they believe in Prehistoric Planet. I'm saying Prehistoric Planet. I don't think that's what it was called. The show on Apple Plus TV, they were showing them going through the woods, preying on baby sauropods, believe it or not. So, and those baby sauropods were allosaurs. So, crazy. These guys were large. So, the best way to get a gauge on this model, and if it is in true scale with other 135th scale models, is by kicking off comparisons. And I'm starting off with this right here, We've got Cameron the Tyrannosaurus Rex from PNSO. Ever since I saw the episode on Apple TV Plus, that's that was the driving force behind me getting the Quetzal anyway. And now that I have them together, I would say, yep, Quetzalcoatlus. I had measured it at just under 7 inches at the top of the crest. If we're going to include that in terms of the height, if you're going to just go with the top of the head, a little, just a little bit less than that. But in any case, a giraffe, for which it was reported to be around the same height. A male giraffe is about 18 feet tall, and at 1/35 scale, at just under 7 inches, this is about 18, a little bit more than 18 feet tall as well. So this is definitely 1/35 scale, and it does stand taller than a Tyrannosaurus that is lunging and, pushing forward, walking. Of course, the T-Rex could rear up a little bit and match it in terms of height, but these two stances are their normal gaits, if you will. And here's the other species that shared that scene with Quetzalcoatlus. We have the Haolonggood, Alamosaurus, looking good together. And loving the scale here. And do not think I forgot about doing the human versus 1/35 scale animal comparison. Here we've got our 1/35 scale human being, whom I like to refer to as Ian Malcolm. And you see, I've said it before when we've compared our 1/35 scale human with other species, how large they are compared, and it was very impressive. But the fact that this is a flying animal makes this even more impressive. They have got graphs of Quetzalcoatlus with its wings expanded, spread out, compared with small planes. And you saw what went down in that last Jurassic World Dominion. And so my thoughts on the Haolonggood Quetzalcoatlus, number 2 in the line. Boy, am I late to the party. But I'm glad I crashed it and I'm here. That says it all right there. This is an excellent model right there. This is Haolonggood's second outing. I don't know what motivated them to give us a pterodactyl, as their second offering. I'm glad they did. I believe they probably wanted to try to be as diverse and obscure as possible. Even though Quetzalcoatlus isn't real, I wouldn't classify Quetzalcoatlus as an obscure species, especially considering its size. I believe it's well known, and it's well known because of its size. There was a time about 30 plus years ago where Pteranodon, which is more famous than Quetzalcoatlus, was thought to be the largest flying animal ever. And Pteranodon was no joke either. Its wingspan was measured from tip to tip 27 feet. And Quetzalcoatlus has got that beast beat by at about 9 feet longer, at 36 feet. Dude, crazy. That's all I got to say. Straight crazy. And obviously to go along with the wingspan, the rest of the animal has to, be in proportion. So, and you saw compared to the human being how large this guy is. Absolutely incredible. The paint job is nice. The beak, that's been an issue universally. As I stated earlier, I think I can resolve that issue. I will attempt without breaking my model and see what I can get. Anyway, this looks good. I know you guys are feeling this perch that I've got him on. Nah, you can't have it, it's mine. Anyway, it looks pretty good. I'm always trying to come up with new ways to do my closing segments with displays, scenarios, and dioramas. And that's what we got going on this go round. Anyway, tell me what you think about Quetzalcoatlus from Haolonggood. What do you think about this with the display? What do you think about anything with the channel? Are you do you already have it? Like I said, I'm late to the party, so let me know. I'm glad I picked it up. I'm glad to add it to the family. My first 1/35th scale pterosaur. And yeah, comment below what you think. Also, like, share, and subscribe while you're down there, and hit the notification bell so you can be informed when I upload another video. I stated something about and other companies. I say that because I finally have the Eofauna Tyrannosaurus Rex, aka Sue, coming. I also have the latest offering from Haolonggood coming, their Stegosaurus. So we're going to see how well they do that. I expect great things from that because Haolonggood knocks it out the park when it comes to their herbivores. So we will see what's going on with that Stegosaurus. I'm most interested in the scale. We'll see what that is, and Stegosaurus was among the largest of the Stegosaurus. So we'll see how that goes down. Yeah, Quetzalcoatlus, what more can I say? This is good right here. I am loving this model. Hope you guys have too. Until next time, guys, thank you for rocking with me. Take care.